we're going to be talking about, I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit because it's been so heavy these last few days. I thought I'd lighten the mood up a little bit because I got an email, and this email was from this female. And the female said, she told me, she said, Ken, I got this guy at work. And she said, the guy at work is nice. I think that he likes me, but I'm not really sure. I'm attracted to him, but neither one of us will say anything. And she said, can you tell me how I know if a guy is attracted? So I said, let's lighten it up a little bit and let's do something like that. So today's topic is when men are attracted. When men are attracted. Hey Naomi, how are you? All right, so when men are attracted, so a lot of times, y'all, you guys know that I did a training on Friday, why Miss Independent can't find Mr. Right. And one of the things that I said is, Melanie just typed the, if you look up, Shanae, she just typed it up in, look above in the comments. She put it up there, New Way to Love. Click that link, go join. On Friday, I talked about why Mr. Independent can't find Mr. Right. And I was saying that a lot of times we, in every area of our life, we will we will take control of that area, our career, our families, everywhere. But when it comes to relationships, we have been taught to wait. We've been taught to wait for the man to ask me out. Wait for the man to make the first move. Wait for the man to give me his phone number, ask for my phone number, and then all of the above. And then what you're doing is you have put your whole dating, romantic life into control of someone else. And we've been taught that, we've been conditioned that because our parents, our moms have told us, good girls don't go first, don't reach out, don't ask. And the problem with that, as I said in that video, was if there's anything you want in life, you need to do it on your own terms. And I showed in that video how you actually do it. And when we do our 6-week coaching program, I'm going to go into deep how you approach somebody. But today, I want to go from the premise of is that a lot of times men will not reach out to you because, y'all, we have just as many, our egos are just as fragile as they want to be. Because men, we are insecure too. You know, society says that, society puts that burden on us. A man is supposed to pursue, a woman. And if he doesn't pursue, he's not interested. Well, that's just not true. That's not true because now you have men who are interested, but women are unapproachable too. And I talked about yesterday, resting bitch face. When you look like, don't say shit to me. Okay? I'm just being honest. And then he goes by, he doesn't say anything to you. Then you're like, well, why didn't he say anything? If he was interested in me, he would have said something. And that's not true. So what I want you to do is, I want you to go back and look at that video because I want you to take control of your own life. Take control of it. You know what? Because nowadays, y'all, stop letting there could be a relationship of your dreams, but you don't say anything. You make the assumption that the other person is supposed to make the first move. If there was a job of your dream, the job is not coming looking for you. You go after the job. Okay? If there's a house of your dreams, the house ain't coming to look for you. You go after the house. Okay? You make the initiative. So why not in your romantic life? Because it don't mean you got to be a hoe. You ain't going out there getting up sex, getting up that booty every time you turn around. No, it simply means that you are taking the initiative in your life and it's somebody that you might be interested in. Then I gave you the formula of how to do it. Okay? All right, so, but let's talk about when men are attractive, and you can use that formula that I talked about to say, if he's attractive, because a lot of times they don't say anything. But let me show you how you know when men are attracted, all right? So, there was a quote that said something this, and there's some truth to this, y'all. It said this, the quote said, men are attracted through their eyes. What they see. Y'all, because we're physical creatures, what we see. That's why I told you yesterday. I said, y'all, you don't have to look a certain way to be attractive. You just have to accentuate the positive things that you have in your arsenal. Okay, in your arsenal. If it's the way you wear your hair, if it's the way you smile, if it's the way, your body looks. I don't know what it is. If you have big, beautiful legs, you wear shorts. Accentuate your beauty. And all I'm saying is you want to put your best foot forward. Everybody wants to do that. And so don't make the assumption that every man likes the same thing, because that's not true, because every woman don't like the same thing. I know women who will say, okay, I want a guy, he's got to be tall, he's got to be dark skinned, he's got to be handsome, okay. Then another woman might say, well, I like a big dude, or another one might say, I like a slim guy, or whatever. So it's the same thing works for men too, okay. So, but it says men are attracted through their eyes, women are attracted through their ears. What he says, what she hears, and that's why you might see a relationship with a guy, you're like, how did he get her? How did that happen? Because he wasn't afraid to speak to that woman, speak into that woman, and the next thing you know, now they're together. So what I'm going to tell you is this right here. I'm going to give you the 5 ways to know that men are attractive. Number 1. And so then you shoot your shot. Yes, Kelly, shoot your shot. So the first thing is this. He gets nervous when he's around you. So, okay, so check this. So, men, this is the funniest thing, y'all. This is so true. I promise you this is true. If a man likes you, he almost can't get himself together. He will almost look, even if he's a smooth cat, he will almost look kind of goofy around you. Now, I'm not talking about a guy who's trying to be Mr. Suave and he's just trying to hit that, split that, and quit that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with a guy who really, really kind of digs you. When he digs you, then he almost acts goofy. He acts nervous when he's around you. Won't even make eye contact sometimes. He's fidgeting, and you'll know that he's attracted to you because of this behavior, because even though he might be a confident guy, he may be unsure about this interaction. I've seen it happen before 1,000,000 times. I'm like, look at this fool over here. You know, the other day, y'all, I watched Hitch with what's the guy that I like? Him and Jada Pinkett Smith. Watch Hitch. I like Hitch, man. I like the show Hitch, because Hitch I want to be kind of like Hitch. You know what I'm saying? But I was thinking about the advice he was giving and how the guy was acting, how he was acting around them. But this is so true. And when a guy is acting nervous, he's fidgeting, no eye contact, I surmise, and more than likely, he is attracted to you. Okay? Number two is he smiles a lot. Now this is important. I'm gonna tell you, because smiling is the universal language. If you're around a guy, so check this out right here. So if you see a female and you turn and you look at her, I was explaining this to a guy the other day. I was explaining to him how to pick up women in a good way, because he's a good dude. And so I was explaining to him, I said, when he was talking about this female, and he was like, she turned, she looked at me, and she smiled, and she turned away. And I said, what did you do? And then I said, what did you do? He said, I turned away too. I said, okay. I said, now, did you turn back and look at her again? And then he said, yeah, I did, but her head was turned. So I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, I want you to keep looking at her, because she's going to turn her head again, and she's going to look at you. All right. And when she look at you, I want you to just smile. I just want you to smile at her. All right. Now get this, y'all. This actually happened. I said, don't turn away. I know you're nervous. But this is something I'm trying to teach you. Fight the urge to turn away because you're scared, because you're nervous. You're worried about rejection. Fight that urge. And remember, this could be the woman of your dreams. So now I just want you to put yourself in a position to have her. So here's what happened, y'all. So he said she did turn back around, just like you said, kid. I said, I know, I'm Hitch, right? All right, maybe I'm not Hitch, but I'm gonna come up with a cool name for it. So she turned back around, and I said, when she turned back around, keep smiling. Just smile, but don't look goofy about it. Just your natural smile. Then all of a sudden, she turned away again. Then I said, she gonna turn back. She turned back. And then I said, once she turned back the third time, I want you to ask to walk near her and say, can I talk to you for a moment? Long story short, y'all, this is the grocery store. He actually got her. They went out on there. They're going on their second date. So the same thing works for women. It's just that women are afraid. He's just as afraid as she is. And she even made the comment saying, I wasn't going to say anything to you. I wasn't going to say anything to you. And he said, why? He said, well, I was taught that a man is supposed to do this, a man is supposed to do that. And this is a guy, a good dude. This is not a dude who's out there trying to do all this and do all that. And I said, see, we have been conditioned. We have been conditioned the wrong way, y'all. Just because mom and dad and them said that shit don't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's right, y'all. Because somebody told you something, it doesn't mean it's right. It only becomes truth when you decide to accept that. And so he's going out with her for the second time. And I told him, I said, okay, cool. Now, I'm working through some other stuff with him. But I just want to say, now another thing is this. So when a man is attracted to you, he does what I call open up his body language. So if you're in a social situation, and a lot of it is now that we got COVID out here, y'all, the social situations have changed just a tad. But you're going to be in a situation around them. So I said, listen. I said, the same thing applies to women. I said, whenever you're around someone and they open up their body language to you, they are attracted to you. What do I mean by open up their body language? And he says, yeah, what do you mean by that? I said, first of all, when a person closes their legs, it's not what they're really doing is closing themselves off to you. Okay? When they shrink and try to make themselves smaller, they're closing themselves off to them. When they open their arms, when they're talking water, open their stance, when their body, so listen, when I told him, I explained to him, I said, so when her body is pointed directly at you, she is open to you. She is attracted to you. When she turns her body away, even if she's looking at you this way, unless she got on a short mini, she's normally not attracted to you. Because what happens, people open up their body unconsciously in body language. I read this book on body language one time, and I started studying how body language works. How body language works when a person leans into you. When they lean into you, and now they're looking at you, and they're leaning in. When a person leans back from you, they're not as attractive. When they're leaning into you, when they're smiling. Number 3. Now this one right here is true. It's stupid true. But you might think about it. He's attracted to you if he either is mean to you or he teases you. And you're like, what? That's some 5th grade stuff. Yes. So what happens to men a lot of times, a man may be attracted to you, but he does not know how to, he does not know how to communicate. He hasn't been taught how to communicate effectively because he's really nervous, he's really scared, but he likes you. So what he does, he reverts back to what he knew when he was young. So he will either be mean to you, all right, or say little things in terms of being, because the truth of the matter is when you be mean to somebody, it actually works because people want what they can't have. Like, why are you mean to me? Why are you mean to me? Really, he's attracted to you, or he teases you. I'm not talking about putting you down. That's a different thing. I'm talking about teasing in a friendly way because he doesn't know how to communicate. It's just like, y'all, when we were in the 5th grade. The little boy that liked you was the one who either teased you or who was mean to you, or give me that pencil, or took your pencil, or popped you upside the head with a piece of paper or something because he didn't know how to express what he was feeling. And that's the same thing with grown men, y'all. They don't know. They don't know how to communicate with you, and they're not really sure. So that's a way that they show you that they're attractive. Now, this one is a good one, number 4. Number 4 is powerful, y'all. And I want to get serious here for a moment. When a man is attracted to you, your intuition kicks in. Now, a lot of times, God gave us intuition for a very good reason. So that, and I think intuition is a part of spirit. A part of his spirit, and what the intuition tells you is, your intuition tells you stuff. Just like your intuition tells you something's not right. He's cheating, or something's not quite right. Same thing works for when he's attracted to you. I call it your vibrational, I used it yesterday in class, your vibrational thermostat. Because the truth is, intuition is nothing but energy. It's the flow of energy in your spirit, right? And so what happens is their energy connects with your energy. All right. And the truth is when energy is powerful, y'all. Vibrational energy is simply our emotions, and they're either up here, down here. There's an emotional or a vibrational scale. And depending on what you feel is where you are on that scale. Now, what happens to you is you attract somebody else or somebody else based on your vibrational energy, your emotional energy, because your vibration is simply your emotion to determine where you are on the scale. If your energy, your vibrational energy is on the same wavelength, then all of a sudden it feels right. It feels right. Y'all ever felt like something good's going to happen or something's about to happen? And you feel good. That means you are vibrationally on a wavelength, an energy wavelength that is attracting something good, and then something all of a sudden happens, and you're like, man, I felt like something good. By the same token, you ever felt like something bad, and then you're on a low, and you're on a certain energy, a certain vibrational wavelength, and you're like, and then all of a sudden something happens. Y'all, intuition is powerful. Don't discard it. Don't discredit it. Don't act like it doesn't exist. Because some of us will be like, well, he don't really like me. He ain't gonna like me. Why would he like me? Okay, he don't like me. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. I ain't got this. And then what happens is you lower your energy vibration. You lower your vibration, your emotional vibration. Your emotional, your vibrational thermostat goes down, the temperature goes down. Now all of a sudden you wonder, like I thought the guy liked me, but then you started thinking negative. That what you think about, you bring about. Y'all, this is all about the law of attraction and manifestation. We've been talking about it in our 5-day intensive, and y'all, we're going to continue to talk about it to show people how to attract the relationship of their dreams. And it is so powerful, y'all. We discredit it. You discredit your intuition. You discredit it. And as soon as you discredit it, it loses its power. It loses the power by which it was given to you. All right? And that gut feeling is the truth. That's what that gut feeling is. Intuition. We have it because it is powerful. We have it to give us an urging, a kind of, pushing. All of that happens because it's the gift from God. This is a gift from God. And don't you do not discredit that. A lot of you discredit it, and shoot, what happens? You end up losing out. Now, in this class we're going to do, that Melania and I are doing, we're going to be talking about intuition. We're going to be talking about how you tap into that, how you tap into that spirit. Y'all, this is going to be powerful. It's not about religion, because there are people of different faiths in there. You see, we get caught up in Kojic and Pentecostal, and I'm Muslim, and I'm in this and that. It's one God, one spirit, by whatever name you call him, that is you. But it's one God, that one spirit. We got it all. We are all children, and we all have that gift. We just got to be willing to use it. And number 5, how you know he's attracted to you is he works on appearing to be well groomed every time you see him. If you see him once, whenever you see him, he wants to be well groomed around you. He wants to be putting forward his best. It's just like, it's kind of like curb appeal. When somebody's coming to buy your house, what do they say? The curb appeal has got to be right. The yard's got to be nice. The brush, the mulch and the plants, everything's got to be right. So because curb appeal, because you form an opinion about people in the first 7 seconds. First 7 seconds, you form an opinion. Now a lot of times, the first 7 seconds, it might be an unconscious thought. Because you might say something about this person, either I like or I don't like. And then everything after that, you're looking for reinforcement or confirmation of what you actually thought. So what happens to people is, that's why smiling is important. That's why being open is important. That's why conversing with people is important, having conversation, because that first 7 seconds, everything after that, it's called congruency. Because everything after that, I am trying to use it to see if my first opinion and everything about this person is congruent about what I initially thought. And the only time you can change that is when you ever been around somebody and you say, man, I couldn't stand you. I thought about me and my wife. When I first met, I couldn't stand her. The only time it works when you can change your first impression of a person is when you have repeated impressions and the subsequent impressions that you have are consistent. Okay? So maybe my first interaction with you was not pleasant, but my second interaction with you was different than the first one. The only time that second interaction can take hold in your subconscious mind is every subsequent interaction with you has to be like the second one. Because what I've got to do is condition you to the second interaction. I got to condition you to what. That's why it's important, y'all. It's very important because it's very difficult to make a first impression the second time. It can be done. It can be done. However, it is difficult. That is the reason why people put their best foot forward the first go around. First go around, y'all, because we form an opinion, and every subsequent thing, every subsequent interaction, we're simply looking for reinforcement to that opinion. That's how you know, y'all. How you know guys are attracted to you. And y'all, go back and look at Miss Independent. Stop waiting around for somebody to tell you it's okay to talk to somebody. It's just talking. It's just reaching out. It doesn't diminish your value. But y'all, stop. Go after what you want in life. I don't care, male, female, human beings, go after what you want. Women were taught to wait. Wait on him to ask for your number. Wait on him to do that. Wait on him. It doesn't mean you got to sleep with the fool. Okay, just ask. It doesn't mean that. We've been taught incorrectly, y'all. We've been taught incorrectly. Some of you might say that's old school. Okay, fine. Fine, be alone. It's up to you. Okay, it's your choice. I'm simply telling you the way, the way that works, whether you like it or not, that's fine. It is my job to be honest, authentic, to be real, raw, and relatable. And that's what I am. Y'all, that's it for today. I am Ken Canion. I am the host of Love, Lust, and Lies. Peace. Have a great day.